Hi all, and welcome back to another computer application tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to be taking a look at question 6 of the Prelim 2021 practical paper, and question 6 was the HML question. Be right back. Alright guys, so question 6 is web design HTML. It says note an HTML tag sheet has been attached for reference. So that's the tag sheet at the end of the paper, and all files needed to complete this question are found in the examination folder. The reason they say that is because there's some images, maybe there's some text files where they get work from, or links that they're linking to. All that stuff is available inside the exam folder already. Right, then it says here 1 mark will be allocated for the correct use of tags, triangular brackets, and correct nesting for both the web pages. So I know it seems like very little for all that work that you need to make sure you do perfect, but if you do it wrong, at least you only lose 1 mark. If you do it wrong more than one time, you still only lose that 1 mark. So it does work in your favor. Right, so having a look now at 6.1. It says open the incomplete 6_1 airport web page in a web browser and also in a text HTML editor, not a word processing program such as Word. Alright, so let's go do that first. I'm going to open up my 6_1 by double clicking. So what that will do is it will open up the extra tag, because I'm reading the exam paper off the first one. Alright, there we go. So that there is open in my browser. Now what I need to do is go back in. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to say edit with Notepad++. Alright, now because I work on other files, tables in HTML, and all those other tabs that I've been doing for the channel, you will see those other tabs were open there, so all we need to do is just close them so we don't get confused with all the other tabs. This is the one 6_1 airports.html, and you will notice that there are comments. Now they do mention something here about the comments. It says question numbers appear as comments in the code to guide you where to insert the answers. Do not delete these comments. Please do not get rid of those comments. They help the markers at the end of the exam. When you finish now with your exams, the final markers at the matric venues, they have to sit and mark hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these questions, and it takes a long time for them to have to go and look to see where you put the answer. So best leave the question number in with the comment that they've put in, so don't touch that. Just add the code next to that or around that particular comment to make it easier for them to notice where your marks need to be. Okay, so the question now says that I need to use the example in the previous page as a guide for answering this question. So we're going to keep going back to that guide just to make sure everything's 100%. So now it says add a horizontal line below the heading top airports in South Africa to stretch to 30% of the width of the page. So once you've read that, go into the example and see if you see the line. Here's the horizontal line that they want you to draw that is stretched across the page. Okay, and they want it to stretch to 30% of the width of the page. So only 30% needs to be stretched. So let us go into our code. Over here we have the heading, and we don't have to go and look to see where we're going to put this code. We can just go in line with the comment. This is an HR, which is a horizontal rule. Make sure we close it. And inside here, the attribute they mentioned is width equals, and then inside here, I'm going to say 30%. Alright, once I save, when I go to my browser and I refresh, you will see the line pops up. Now, it's not quite exactly what you see in the example, but that's exactly what they were asking us to do. Right, sorry about that, slip of a finger. Alright, then 6.1.2 says ensure that the table heading in the first row is merged across with the width of the table. Now, I really do not like the way they use this word merged when they're referring to the cells within a table in HTML. This works very well for Excel, but this isn't my paper. I didn't set it. This is the word they used. You just need to know it isn't actually being merged. The actual cell is being stretched or spanned across those, in that case, columns. Alright, so it's the table heading in the first row must be merged across the width of the table. So I'm going to go into my table. Over here we will see 6.1.2. Let's read the code. So there's the start of the table. It goes purple, so we know it's closed. This is the first row. And then over here we've got TH, which is also closed, and it's the only table heading within this table. Now, if we look at the table, so let's go to our example quickly. You will see that the table is 3 columns wide. 1, 2, 3. So we need to take this top South African airport and we're going to span it across 3 columns. So we're going to go into the first opening tag for the table heading. We're going to say here col span equals. Now remember, the one it's currently in is also counted. So it's 3 columns because it's spanning across the one it's in plus the middle one and towards the last one. So 3 like that. We are going to save that and go and check. Okay, so once I come into the tab here, I'm going to push the refresh, and there we go. Now you can see that it goes across the 3 rows, columns, sorry. Okay. Right, 6.1.3 says insert the 6 kingsharka.png image to appear similar to the other images in the table. So they want us to get this image inserted similar to the other images. So a quick way to do this, and a way I suggest you do it when they tell you make sure it's similar to the others, is go and look for the other image. I'm going to copy that whole tag, right click and copy. I'm going to go into the position where I want to paste it, and I'm going to Control and V to paste. And if I save that and go and view my page, you will see now that the image looks the same, but it is the same image. So there's still one more thing I need to do. If you don't do this one thing, you're still going to get marks for this because you have it looking the same as the other two. Alright, so what we're going to do here now, OR Tumbo, is we're going to change this to the image name they give us is 6 kingsharka.png. They are refreshed. And here we refresh, and you'll see now the image King Sharka gets put in. All I really had to do, copy, paste, and then change the name to the King Sharka so it gets that image. Right, so far that's been pretty easy. Now we're going to look at 6.1.4, and it says ensure that the link to airports will work if a user clicks on the text click here. So the text they're looking for to create as this hyperlink is two words, click and here. So let's go and have a look at what they've got. Okay, let's go find the place where the question is. Alright, so right now here we've got the 6.1.4, so we're going to be working within this string of text here. For more information, then it's got the w.airports.co.za in a tag already. As you can see, it's got the angled brackets, and it's got the closing tag this side. We want this word click here to be our hyperlink. So this tag that they've started creating is what we need to be working with. So it is an anchor tag, so you start off by saying A, then we're going to say href and equals. Right, so that's all we needed to add there. The href is the attribute for the hyperlink reference. The A is the anchor that we need to create in order to have this two words as a hyperlink. Alright, let us save that quickly and go and view our page. Right, so when I refresh it now, pay attention to the bottom where it says for more information, www.airports, click here. You'll see that the URL disappears because that was part of the bracket, and there the click here now has become the hyperlink, and at the bottom you'll see the file where it's pointing to. Okay. Alright guys, so that was the question 6.1. That's at the top here. And it says we need to save and close. Now we have been saving along as we move along, so we don't have to save and close. All we need to do is just close, and there we go. I can close this too. Alright, and then the next question, and this got me quite happy because now what I was doing on the channel with the HTML, I ended the list section with a video where we were dealing with multi-level lists, and I saw this and I thought, oh, I hope the guys watched my videos with multi-level lists, because then this would have been super easy. Right, so it wants us to open the incomplete 6_2 flight rules in a web browser and also in the text editor. So I'm just going to close it there, that one. Let's go to my folder over here, double click. That's going to open it up in my browser. As you can see, there is an attempt that was made to create this into the correct levels, but if you look at the example in the exam, it doesn't look quite the same. We will be working on that. And then I need to go to the source code so I can change it. So I'm going to edit it with Notepad++. Okay, so we've got the code up. Let's go read the question. There isn't much that it asks us to do though. It just says complete the web page by creating the multi-level list as shown below. Again, it wants us to look at the screenshot and using the screenshot come up with the correct coding to show the page in this particular way. Alright, so we are going to be flipping regularly from one screen to the other. So over here, flight rules during COVID, you can see that it is the same. We come over here, we got don't fly if you are feeling ill, and that is also the first bullet, don't fly if you're feeling ill. Now we'll see here that A says if you have any of these symptoms, and there it says if you have any of these symptoms, that is still part of the very first list. We need to create a second list starting here if you have any of these symptoms, and then we'll see where we're going to end the list off. Alright, so where are we going to end it? If I start the list here by the A, I need to end it by loss of taste or smell. So over here at number 6, loss of taste or smell, that's where I need to end that second list. So let's start with the first, adding the list. Alright, so as we go down here, we're going to go to our first list, and this is item number 1, and this is currently item number 2. So what I'm going to do in between them is create an ordered list, and then I'm going to scroll all the way to where it says loss of taste or smell, and over here I'm going to close that ordered list that I've just created. So I'm going to save that quickly, go into my page and refresh, and there we've got something that's happened. We've got another list that started. If you look at this first one, you can see that it's at the right position. The only problem now is it's A, and that there's B, and then we've got this fever, dry cough and tiredness list at the bottom here. So fever, dry cough, we're missing one there, but so far this is looking right. Besides this is a number, it should be a letter. So let's go change that quickly. So at the top now, in this one that we just created, we're going to say type equals, and inside here we're going to say A. Right, there we go. There's the A1A. There we go, 1A. Then it's got fever, dry cough. We're missing something within this list, so tiredness is the word we're looking for. So let's go in and do that quickly. So over here we need to add a list item. Tiredness is the word that we're looking for, and we're going to then close the list item. When I save that, let's go and have a look. Refresh. Alright, so let's see. We got 1, then we got A, then we got 1, 2, 3, then we got B. Let's see if we've got everything right there. 1A, 1, 2, 3, B. That's right. Now, we can see here that there is a type of list that's been created here. We've got aches and pains, sore throat, loss of taste or smell. So those 3 items need to come into a different list underneath the item less common symptoms. So let us look at less common symptoms. There it is there. These ones here, aches and pains, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, that is a different list. This is an unordered list. And did you see it was squares? So we're going to do the square type. So over here we're going to say type equals square, and then I need that list to end underneath this last item here. Unordered list. Let us save and go see what it looks like so far. Right, so we've got B, and we've got those 3 bullets that were created. So we've got B, we've got the 3 bullets. Now where it says no mask, no entry has to be a level, or the first part of the first list, but number 2. And then number 3 is clean your hands regularly. Then there's another 2 items under that, and then the fourth one. So we need to go and fix this no mask, no entry, and create it as an item. Do I know why it's not an item at the moment? Let's go and see what the problem is there. So if we have a look at it, it isn't actually inside the same li tag. So all we need to do is add those tags, and at the end, and by doing that, I think we are now done. So let us refresh. That is how it's changed. This became a 2, so this became a 3, and that's a 4. And underneath the 3, we got A and B. Let's see. That's exactly what they wanted us to do. Alright guys, so that was the end of the HTML question 6. That was for 15 marks. I think that's probably the hardest a multi-level list will ever be in HTML. Keep practicing and you'll get this right. Alright guys, bye for now.